Hello, boys and girls. We're back. That's right. Today is the first day of the next story in Thorytime Thursday. We're going to try to finish this one, that's for sure. So just sit back, get your apple juice and your cookies ready, because we're about to get slammed. That's right, yeah. This one's gonna be an interesting one for sure. It's about wrestling. Yeah. All right. Chapter 1, The Backyard Basher. The scene unfolds like a dream, at least at first. There you were, standing tall and proud, arms outstretched, an invitation to worship. All around you, voices obliged. They were chanting your name. Your name. This was the moment you had been waiting for. You soaked everything in for just one more second. What was the harm? Then crouched atop the turnbuckle and launched yourself high into the air, spinning like an Olympic diver before pinning your prey. Or at least that was the plan. Your left foot and the top rope had other ideas. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Slam! You hit the mat hard and your head did a little bounce, arousing a sympathetic intake of breath from the small segment of the audience that wasn't laughing their lungs out. You lay unmoving at the feet of your opponent. Big Benji from Kirby's men's wrestling school. Or Big Brenda from Kirby's women's wrestling school. Becky Lynch is making waves and there's been a huge movement, so we'll go Big Brenda. Brenda rolled her eyes in disdain. She blew a kiss at the crowd, then dragged you away from the ropes and hooked your leg as she lay across your body. 1, 2, 3. You remember how much you disliked the big woman when you were classmates at the KWWL. The feeling was obviously mutual. Unfortunately, Myra Kirby knew that you and Brenda were the best students at her school, which was why Brenda was almost always your opponent during the unpaid exhibitions Kirby would put up to defray the expenses of your school. This is also why you feel as if your professional wrestling career was shortened by a decade even before it began. The woman turned every match into an actual beatdown. Those ham-sized fists hurt, even when all you're doing is watching a video of the match. Click. So, what do you think? Asked Sam. With the video on pause, you find yourself once again aware of your surroundings. You're in a dingy studio apartment filled with strange combination of computer equipment and wrestling merchandise. It's like a Circuit City had a one-night stand with Toys R Us. Sitting on the edge of a bed, one of only 2 spots of the room cleared from human habitation. Sam Macro sits on the other, a chair, a steel chair, naturally, drawn up close to a table that groans under the weight of recording equipment and video monitors. Sam is the vice president of promotions for the Borderless Wrestling Federation, which means that he spends most of his day uploading grainy, shaky cam footage to YouTube. Shaky or not, those videos receive thousands of views from the diehard Bowsers, as the BWF fans call themselves, and they're one of the reasons why the BWF has been making serious waves on the independent wrestling circuit. Well, that and the fact that they occasionally hold matches on a ring attached to a flatbed truck. A moving flatbed truck. Well, it'd be great if I had a match like that. I hope they don't put me in a match like that. I'll wrestle in whatever match they put me in. Let's be willing to try any match, because you never know what's going to be your breakout. Signing with the BWF at your age, and with your experience, or more accurately, your lack thereof, is quite the coup. Sam's in charge of putting together a series of vignettes to hype your debut. He's here to make you look good, or at least that's what you were led to believe. You look at the shot of your ignominious defeat, then back to Sam. I was thinking of using this as your first video. It really captures your, essence. You say, I don't really think. Worry, I already uploaded it. We're up to 5,000 views already. I hope it goes viral. He has a smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye. He's enjoying this. Doesn't he know who you are? You're Maverick, Alana Leonai, Randy Roundhouse, Lita Ender, Blight, Avatar. Let's create our own. Burnout. You're Burnout. You're a professional wrestler. And to see that smirk on his face makes you feel angry. I will not be disrespected. Amused. A bit of friendly hazing, isn't it? Resigned. I'm used to people laughing at me. Oh, this time we're going to be angry. This man may have sabotaged your career, and he's laughing about it. You rise from your seat, and something in your expression makes Sam go pale. Did he think he could pull this crap just because you're a woman? Did he forget that you're also a professional wrestler? You could take on 5 of him, and you'd still be the odds-on favorite. He holds his hands up. Kidding! I was just kidding. He runs trembling fingers across his keyboard. See, I haven't uploaded anything yet. I wanted to make sure I got your opinion first. You glare at him. You want my opinion? Yes. No more jokes. Right, Sam says, running a shaky hand through his hair. Of course. Shall we get started? We've got a lot of good stuff here, Sam says, bringing up small windows of match footage in one of his larger computer monitors. I'm impressed. You've got better quality videos than wrestlers who have been working the circuit for years. You nod. Myra knows what promoters look for. Myra Kirby, or Killer Kirby as she's better known, is a former wrestler who worked all over the world and even made it all the way to the GWA. Sure, she'd spent her years there as a jobber, never winning any matches, but she kept her eyes and ears open and learned from the best, and not just from the wrestlers. Kirby paid attention to every aspect of the business. It was this wisdom that she passed down at her school, at least to the few to whom she still opened its doors. I feel lucky she took me in. I got my money's worth, I suppose. I still resent the hoops she made me jump through. Yeah. What do we do now? Sam says. What we need to do now, Sam says, is tighten our focus. We need to highlight your strengths and cover up any weaknesses. And the big part of that will be the type of footage that we select. He leans back in his chair. Now, lucky for you, we've got a wide assortment of footage. I've divided the clips into 3 broad categories. Sam walks you through each group. The first shows you doing a lot of power moves, suplexes, power bombs, vicious clotheslines. The second group shows off your mat skills, a lot of chain wrestling, extended sequences of you and your opponent countering each other's holds. The third group features promos you've cut before and after matches, challenging or mocking your opponents. Which group should I draw most heavily from? Well, I myself am not strongly equipped to do chain. I'm working on it, but Burnout, maybe she is. So we'll go with that. You consider your in-ring technique your greatest asset. Maybe it's because your amateur wrestling background, but you wrestle a highly technical style, and Myra encouraged it, since she had been a similar type wrestler. This group, you say, pointing to a clip showing you dragging an opponent to the center of the ring before applying the ankle lock. All right, Sam says. The vignettes will focus on your mastery of every submission known to man. You know, a grand total of 2 submission moves well enough to apply in the ring. But it's nice to see him so enthusiastic. Great. I'm getting excited. Sam rolls up his sleeves. You're not quite sure how that will help him type better, but whatever. We're going to be doing more than one vignette, though. So I'll be showing off other aspects of your game as well. But just to narrow things down, is there a group that you don't want me to emphasize in the vignettes? The first group which focuses on power moves. The third group which focuses on promos. Yeah. Not going to be the strongest girl on the roster, you say. I'm not sure if you have footage of the match where I tried to suplex Brenda. Say no more. I'll get you over by focusing on your technique and your promos. Sam chooses a few more video clips, making sure that you agree before adding them to a folder with your name on it. Okay. This thing is starting to take shape in my head. It's going to be epic. Sam furiously shifting files around on his computer. And then he stops and whacks his forehead. Oh, almost forgot. Man, Gator would have killed me. He rummages under his desk for something and comes up with a slim folder. Inside is a copy of your contract with the BWF. Just fill in the blanks. I wasn't sure about your full name, so I left the part for you as well. The first blank is your first name. Lita, Beth, May, Sarah, Gail, something else. I'll go with May. May Young, why not? Second blank, your surname, Irvine, Cole, Lee, Blood. Dietrich. There we go. Oh, one more thing. You look up from the contract to see Sam still typing away at his keyboard. Have you and Gator agreed on whether you'll be coming in as a face or as a heel? That'll color the tone of the vignettes. Vinny Gator's the promoter and booker of the BWF, and he was the one who personally recruited you into the promotion. After a few meetings with him, you both agreed that it would be best if you came in as a heel. He said I carried myself like a natural villain. You're not really sure whether you should take that as a compliment, but as Vinny said, if they're booing you, then they'll pay to see you. If they're booing you, then they'll pay to see you. That sounds like Vinny, all right. Sam laughs. You've got your work cut out for you. We've got lots of great heels at the BWF. Sam squints at the screen, then shifts to his web browser. Wait a second. You were the 130-pound NCAA champ a year ago, right? Let's grab some footage. You're on your feet and at Sam's side before you're even aware of what you're doing. Hey, he shouts. You realize that you've got his right hand in a tight grip. That hurts. Nothing from that tournament, you say, your voice sounding strangely calm in your ears. Nothing from that tournament. Okay, let go. Let him pull his hand away and he massages it gingerly. Geez, all you had to do was say. You mumble an apology, or at least you think that you do. The rest of the session goes by in a blur, and you're only vaguely aware of Sam telling you that a new vignette will be released every Monday until your debut match in 3 weeks. You leave Sam's apartment and somehow you make your way to the bus stop. It's only a 10-minute ride to your aunt's place where you're staying before your first BWF show. But your mind is miles away, back in your hometown of Cannon Rock, Minnesota, Lifehaven, Vermont, Autumn Park, Florida, Apter, Tennessee. Where else am I going to be from but Dallas, Texas. Quiet place where not much happens. Bustling city, not always safe, but never boring. Place where rich and poor mix. I lived on the right side of the tracks. Place where rich and poor mingle. I lived on the wrong side of the tracks. No. I mean, it's Dallas. Your perspective may have been different if you'd been on the losing side of one of the non-infringent crimes and misdemeanors, but as it is, all you really remember is that the city had everything you could ever want until you started wanting to wrestle. You'll never forget your home, but it's time to leave the nest. Now, whether or not you can fly, that's the question. All right, 3 weeks have passed, but that's going to be a story for another day. That was our first challenge or trip into Thorytime Thursday Season 2 with Slammed. So remember, boys and girls, like, click, subscribe, ding the bell to stay notified. Now get tuckered in, because story time's over.